Hello there, my lovely worms. It's me again, your horrible Auntie Mand, the ADHD weirdo from somewhere. Anyway, I'm glad to see you again. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a hiatus. We've been quite busy, what with the cats and everything, and I've not really had any peace and quiet to do this, so you'll have to bear with me. Anyway, we're going to catch up now on a little bit of disability news, because I'm forever reading these things, and here's one just like really got me wanting to basically throw things. I was like, as you all know, well, I mean, a lot of you, well, some of you, well, maybe, there are people out there who make erroneous claims about autism, like, oh, it's caused by vaccines and whatever. Now, this particular claim has not come from a doctor or anyone remotely medical or a psychiatrist or a psychologist or anything like that. It's come from somebody who works in a council, which is worrying because these people make decisions that are going to affect people who live in their towns, cities, and their area. So it's a bit worrying. It's also extremely dense, and like there is just no common sense, no research. They just come out with this shite, It just and it's infuriating. And I'm quite glad people call them out on it, because honestly, anyone who's got autism or any other what is it with this shirt? Every time I go on YouTube with this shirt, it just doesn't behave. I'm terribly sorry. Anyway, so I've got my old phone here. I've got a new phone now, and so I've got all the excuse me, that's my beeper. I'm going to just read out this. It's absolute just. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't. And how people think they can get away with this shite now just shows you how out of touch some people are, really, basically, right? So this is from the BBC website, BBC News website, and it's from their England local news regions Birmingham section, if you can access that where you are. But I'm just going to basically do what Telltale does and just read it straight off of the news site. So I'm going to quote this right now. I'm not going to put up any text because I don't want to edit it. I just want to say what it says, and then okay, I'll do my best to try and comment on it afterwards instead of interjecting, because it'll be really complicated. Okay, so I'm just going to read the whole story for you now. Okay, and this is what the story is, verbatim from the BBC News website. Okay. An absolute insult is how mums of children with autism have labelled a council's suggestion that poor parenting skills are likely to blame. Angela Sanderson told a Solihull council meeting in which she queried the number of diagnoses that some mothers should spend less time on their phones. Michelle Miley, whose son has autism, said her initial reaction was complete disgust and upset. Miss Sanderson has now stepped down from the Children's Services Scrutiny Committee. This is a woman. Sorry, okay. I'll talk later. The Conservative councillor. Oh, what a surprise, Conservative. Made the comments last week while highlighting the rates of autism in the area, almost double the regional and national average by the time children reach secondary school. She questioned whether cases were being overdiagnosed, adding, in a previous generation of children, they'd never even heard of autism, and now we've got so many. She told the committee, you see mothers all the time now. They're looking on their phone. They're not even looking at the baby. And it's so important to look at the baby. Ms. Miley said, we're clearly fighting a broken system that is not up to date or aware of what autism is and how children get it. They do not get it from parents. It's an absolute insult. Now, actually, you need to look on a lot of autism websites and say it's not behaviour of parents that does it. National Autism. Anyway, I'll mention that in a minute. Anyway, going back to the story. Heather Delaney, who has 2 children with autism, said she was shocked that in 2021 somebody could still say things like that. They do. They say things about autism and ADHD to me, older people, like it doesn't exist. It's absolutely disgusting. Anyway, she added, to blame people looking at a phone screen or a computer screen for a child having autism is just outrageous. It is not an excuse not to have understanding of autism, and if you don't understand it, don't talk about it and go and get educated. Yes, right. Councillor Laura McCarthy, leader of the Liberal Democrats group at the authority, said as a parent with additional needs, she found the comments incredibly insensitive. She said, we're not 100% sure why the rate is as it is, but feedback that we're getting from other local councils is that our wait for assessment is a lot shorter in Solihull than it is in many other areas. So in other councils, you might have to wait 3 or 5 years, which is just unacceptable. Ms. Anderson, who resigned from the Scrutiny Committee on Friday, said in a statement, in no way is autism due to bad parenting. Autism is real, and I no way meant to blame parents. I unreservedly apologise. Now, the thing about this is, like, Solihull is quite a posh part of Birmingham, right? I've been there, I've visited it. Some areas just can diagnose things quicker than other areas. It doesn't mean to say that there are more people with a certain thing. It just means they've got the wherewithal to diagnose it more. And so for some rando to come along and say, oh, we've got more rates because I can see people talking on their mobile phones, looking at their screens while the baby's in the pram, that's absolute bollocks, right? Because I'm on the autism spectrum. I don't know what I don't know what my mum did when I was growing up. Really, nothing. This was the 70s. Nobody even logged it, talked about it. There's no social media back then or anything. So I don't know what she did. But oh, hello, Nimbus. Where's your collar? Oh, for once I would just like to get a video done without any cat interference. I know. Anyway, so yeah, it could be genetic, it could be maternal, it could be everything, it could be a lot of things. One of the worst things that happened with one of my therapists, who was suggesting that all of my screwed up brain is to do with the way I was brought up or whatever it was, or like being bullied at school, or no, because I had a weird brain before I got bullied at school. No, it was, don't eat that, that's not good for you. I've just dug up a load of crocosmia bulbs, and now Nimbus is eating all the bits that are left over. So they're bulbs, so I don't think they're that great for them anyway. I digress. So yeah, someone who works at the council had it on themselves that they thought they had the authority to talk about what causes autism, as if there aren't so many misleading conversations about this. Like I said, my mum didn't have a phone. This was in the 70s. You can't, like, it's like blaming television for people's mental illness, or video games for making people into violent people. It's so old-fashioned, and it's so, let's just find a quick fix. Let's just pluck something out of her ass and just because maybe I mean this because she is a Conservative councillor. Maybe she was appealing to the older generation who do see people looking on their phones, and they want to use that as a kind of a way of bonding, if you like. There's a lot of people out there that bond over technology and how awful it is. And actually, it's quite funny because I see a lot of people on Facebook who bond over how awful technology is. And I think the irony is probably lost on them. They're actually talking on Facebook, which is social media, which is data gathering and all of this stuff. So it's absolutely hilarious, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, people really shouldn't make comments like that on stuff like that when they are not qualified to. And I'm so glad that social media exists, and so far as Twitter and Facebook and that people can just come along and say, "You're talking bollocks, shut the fuck up and go and get educated." So great. It's good that she was called out. It's bad that she said it in the first place, but it's good that she's called out. And I've got a cattail in the way again. Sorry about the wrinkles. I've not been sleeping very well. I don't know why. So yeah, it's like, will you please stop saying what autism is caused by if you're not even a fucking psychiatrist or have got any qualifications or anything like that. Just shut your gob, you know. It's not helping anyone. It's not helping your own career. Because in this day and age, if you talk shite, you are going to get shite back. So it's really not a good idea. It's really not a good idea. Anyone else who thinks that they can say autism or whatever it is caused by this, that and the other. You're going to have a fight on your hands. For all that the world is shite at the moment, at least people are getting called out on this, saying stupid, ignorant things and displaying their total lack of compassion, empathy, and I don't know, they kind of remind me of Julian Hartley Brewer or Piers Morgan or someone like that. They think that they can comment on things that they know fuck all about because it's going to make them, it's a dog whistle, isn't it? It's going to make people go, yeah, that's right, that's true, things are rubbish, da-de-da-de-da, like, you know, oh, kids are spoilt these days, or video games are causing nasty things, or phones are causing nasty things. It's a massive dog whistle, and I'm glad people are calling them out. Anyway, I think I better go in and feed this creature. He seems to want something. What do you think? Oh, help! I'm in here somewhere. Help! I'm being nimbused. Thank you for watching. Bye.